Hello everybody, how are we? Consakija here. How have you been? I hope you're well. It's another week. This is like take 1 million. I tried to do it, I tried to start, and then there's a flight that went over. It was too loud. Then again, I was doing some washing. The machine was too loud. And I cut, I start again, I cut, I start again. Now I'm here. How have you been? Hope you've been well. I have been well. The last time I was here, trying to build up some momentum on Inspire YG. So for those of you here for the first time, my name is Akonso Kijo, and this is Inspire YG. YG is an acronym for Young Generation. So it's an initiative that I started a while back when I was in uni. That's a couple of just after uni, that's a couple of years ago. And I just pop in here and I share a couple of things on my international student journey. I moved to Australia when I was as an international student from East Africa, Kenya. And and I've been in Sydney since. So I'm no longer a student, but everything that is international student related is something that I'm passionate about. And I pop in here and I just share not just my international student journey or opportunities or anything else that is in that arena, but also things that are in my life right now and things that I'm passionate about or my every other day encounters or lessons, and I love it. So I pop in here and that's what I do. So in a nutshell, that's what I share at least once a week. So there's something that I wanted to talk about today, and I thought I've been rambling with it for a minute, just because it's not quite a comfortable topic for me to share. So basically, I spoke the last previous video. If you haven't watched it, I'll put a screenshot here so that you can watch it. It's a video before this. Sorry guys, there's a flight just going over right now. I don't know where the flights are going. I talked about Brené Brown. I will put a screenshot here of Brené Brown. So she's a social worker by profession, Dr. Brené Brown, I should say. But she's a social worker by profession and also a researcher and storyteller. And she's got one of the most viewed YouTube TED Talks on YouTube. You can watch it. I'll put a screenshot here as well. Video on vulnerability. And so what I'm talking today is actually something to do with vulnerability. So I know that, so I've been listening to Brené Brown so much lately, and I feel like that's the space I'm in at the moment, trying to understand myself better, but also trying to understand the world around me and the world away from me. So basically, Brené Brown does define vulnerability as uncertainty, risk, and emotional exposure. So vulnerability is uncertainty. Oh, can I talk today? Uncertainty, risk, and what's the other one? Emotional exposure. So I had never thought about it like that. And I mean, obviously, it's Brené Brown. She is just incredible like that. But especially the world of being creative, the creative world, the space of being innovative, coming up with new ideas, sharing personal experiences, personal journeys, sharing opinions or sharing opinions or things that you've gone through. It's always not easy. And so it's one of those things that I ramble with. Like, it's not an easy thing for me to do. And I think about it so much before I share it. And I know, like, some people have mentioned, I see how you think, like you're careful with what you say. It's that, but also it's more because sometimes I'm not sure whether I'm oversharing or undersharing or not even sharing at all. So basically, I'm saying this to say that what I've been thinking about is I'm going to address something that I did a couple of weeks ago that probably some people noticed and some people didn't. But I did these 2 videos, and I'll put screenshots here for those who haven't watched. I haven't checked the website yet, whether the Department of Education, they actually went on with the program. The program at the moment is on hold. So I'm talking about the opportunities that were there for interstate and overseas teachers. And so I like to respond to people, especially I encourage people to write comments down below. And so I did encourage people to write comments down below and tell me what they learned about those opportunities, and if they applied to, just let me know. And went through the comment section of those two videos, and I found two different people. Well, I would think they're two different people. I'm not sure. It could be the same person. But they were commenting negative stuff on those two videos. So the videos on opportunities that were there for teachers, for our overseas teachers. And so it's something, I don't want to even remember what they were saying, but it's something to the lines of telling my viewers that what I was sharing is not real, and also implying that, don't even try bother, don't even try apply, you can teach in Australia, something along those lines. And I felt like, oh, this is the first time. And I mean, this is why I love Brené Brown, because she talks about these things a lot, and she went through it, especially after that video went viral. The TED Talk on vulnerability. She talks about how she felt uncomfortable with the aftermath, with the responses that she got after that, and feeling attacked, and not just the message that she was sharing, but also her own physical appearance was being critiqued by people that she doesn't even know. But I felt some type of way about those two people, or one person, could have been just one person. You never know in this this internet world. You don't know what is real and what's not sometimes, especially when individuals like that choose to comment, but they don't even have actual pictures or real names there. So it's just that the same guts the individuals can have to go behind, go on the keyboard and behind the screen and type stuff like that, but they wouldn't even do a video like the way I'm doing and talk about what they wrote there. So basically discouraging people to apply for those positions, for those opportunities, and making it sound like I'm not saying the truth, like the Department of Education had not put out that opportunity out there for people around the world to apply. So it's just, I felt like, and I closed the comment section just because I felt I didn't want that negativity to spread, especially on those two posts, because they were supposed to, to create awareness of opportunities that were out there that potentially people, I'm just thinking, depending on where people are around the world, they maybe would not have known those opportunities exist. Now, talking about that, because obviously negativity is toxic, I need to run away from that. I did hear a quote. I'm going to quote Brené Brown, a quote that I had from Brené Brown from the 26th president of the United States. His name was Theodore Roosevelt. And what he said was, I will read for you. It's not the critic that counts. It's not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes short again and again, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, and spends himself in a worth cause, who at best knows in the end of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly. And I mean, I've spoken about, Brené Brown has got a book called Daring Greatly, which I will probably do a review on what I think about some of the amazing quotes that are there. But this quote from Theodore Roosevelt just made a lot of sense. I mean, a quote done in, I don't know whether it was even early 1900s. I don't know whether it's 1900s, but it's 26th president of the United States. That's many years ago. But it still makes sense today. In the world where there wasn't social media, that president really felt this way, and it's still relatable today, where you find that people no longer give each other constructive criticism. It's more like, let me just speak because I have a mouth, or let me give an opinion, or let me just critique what I'm saying because I just don't like what you're saying, or I don't like who you are, or whatever, and they don't know you. But it's mainly people don't want to contribute. Like, for example, the people who commented there, and they were not being helpful, because obviously when you criticize something that you're not giving a contribution to, it's actually just not useful. So people are not willing to contribute. And I mean, the people who are contributing, if you don't want to contribute, I feel like it doesn't make sense or it's a waste of energy and a waste of time to try and deter people who want to contribute to contribute. So I feel like constructive criticism is valuable to me, and especially when it comes from people who are already in the arena that I'm in. For example, a person doing exactly what I'm doing, or a person who is a creator, or a person who is doing something in a different field. They don't even have to be here on YouTube or be a social worker or be in a D&I field that I'm in. But a person who's already doing something, if they give you a constructive criticism, it's actually good, because it will help you improve, or it will give you, it will broaden your horizon. It will show you gaps. Feedback is always a good start, and it's always an important component of improvement and development. However, when the feedback is criticism, but it's also coming from people who can't even show their face, it's not contribution, and I don't find it useful. So I would never discourage people from commenting on anything that I contribute in the world, whatever it may be. However, I feel like I would want people who follow this page, especially those who find value in what I share, to not be discouraged with what they might see on the comment section, especially if it's not positive. And if you would, please inform me or let me flag it to me in case I miss it. But also, if you're unsure about something that's been commented, please come directly to my DM and just raise it with me. I'm happy to do another video or get back to you directly and clear out what is not clear. So I thought I'd share that, because the other thing that I learned from Brené, just as I conclude, is the idea of taking responsibility for the energy you give out. And I do like to believe that I take responsibility for the energy that I give out in the world. I do really thrive in positivity. I don't do well in negativity, and I just think that's just who I am. I just try to be positive, and I try to see the world, I try to see the glass half full than half empty. That's just the world of me. Not that I don't see negativity or that I don't see things that are not going right, but I just choose to focus on that. That's what's positive, and that's what I choose to focus on areas that show room for improvement in my life and in general, just in life. So I also like to quote that I also like from Brené Brown, when he said that I will not negotiate my worth and my belonging with others because I may fit for you, but now I no longer belong to myself. And that is betrayal that I'm not willing to do anymore. So basically, I agree. I really agreed with those sentiments, and it's just that it's just what it is. I don't like negativity, and so that's not what I want to put out in the world, because that's not what I want to get back. So basically, anything that I share here, I like to make sure that I fact check it. So I like to share evidence-based stuff. I like to do my research before I talk about things. And so I wouldn't want to come here and share things that are not for real. So in case someone had seen those comments and maybe they feel, if you're not sure of anything that I share, please come directly to my DM, and I'll clarify it if it's not already clear. So thank you so much. I thought I'd share that, and also encourage people, especially young people who are in creative space, that those are some of the things that come with contributing, come with bearing yourself open and obviously being vulnerable. Because like I say, like Brené Brown said, you know, just that it's uncertain. What you share out might not always be received how you hoped it will be received. It's the risk. You don't know what will come out of that, and things are beyond your control. But it's also emotional exposure, because you will feel some type of way, whether positive or negative. So just, if you're creative or you're a person who like to contribute in the world in one way or another, I would encourage you to not give up. It does really not matter. And I feel like we all as human beings have got opinions. And also I feel like it's great to be open to receive opinion, to receive feedback, especially from people who see the world different from the way I like to receive feedback from someone who sees the world different from the way I see it. Because sometimes we are blinded by blinders, things that we grew up believing they're right, they could not be right. So it just depends on our upbringing and our lived experiences. So I'm saying that to say that I obviously appreciate feedback, especially when it's coming from a source that has got good intentions, and that is a person doing something great, contributing to the world as well. So just thought I'd share that. It's been a video that I didn't want to do, but I felt like it's going to encourage someone out there, especially a young person who wants to do something daring greatly, just dare greatly. I'll share that Theodore Roosevelt quote here, because I think it's quite important, and I feel like it will go down in history as one of those quotes that would encourage people to go out there and jump. Don't wait until the day you feel ready, because you'll never feel ready. Do it afraid. A lot of things people acquire in life, they do it afraid anyway. All right, guys, so let me stop rambling and let me finish this video. And I hope you have an amazing week. Do good for you, and do what makes you feel like you're thriving. We are all in this together. Have a good week, and God bless. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, and to comment down below if you relate with this video, or if anything I've said is something that you've gone through. Share down below. I encourage you to do that. Thank you so much. God bless you.